What's good, y'all? What's good, Real Talk Squad? We are live. Eagles versus Commanders. We are live right now, man. We are live right now. 27-21. Y'all know I live in New York. So because I live in New York, I'm using other methods to stream the game. I'll leave it at that. And that is why my game might be a little bit delayed. So I saw a tackle for loss, I believe, on Saquon, 2nd and 14. Again, it's 27-21. 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Are you freaking kidding me? Why? This is just such a. He had Saquon Barkley in the flat. Kenny Pickett had Saquon Barkley in the flat right there. He's wide open right there. Once you get, that's the absolute worst thing you could do. And so part of me thinks to myself, maybe this is what Eagles fans should get. Maybe this is what they should get. Maybe this is exactly what all those Eagles fans saying that what Jalen Hurts does is so easy and anybody could do it. Maybe this is what you should get. Because myself and others have said, heavy is the head that wear the crown. And not everybody can make it look as easy. Now, I think Kenny Pickett has played okay, but he hasn't played something like, bro, I put in Tanner McKee. They're saying it's a pass. I put in Tanner McKee, bro. Thank you. Put in Tanner McKee because he's tripping right now. He's tripping, dog. Kenny, stop trying to be the hero. A lot of y'all probably got the game ahead of me, so I'm not going to look at the comments until it's a game break. This is a game. Y'all, this is literally a game where we're being like, can the defense save us? Because it's 27-21. They're about to punt this ball right now. And it's giving them pretty damn good field position. They're at like the 12-yard line. They're at the Commanders' 12-yard line. What we need from this defense is no touchdowns. Field goal, no touchdowns. Now let's also think about this, right? When Jake Elliott, when he missed that 56-yard field goal, we know that Jake Elliott in the past is money from 50+. This season, he hasn't been. So his missed field goal, I know he made 2, but that missed field goal could bite the Eagles in the ass too. That could. But this is why I was nervous. This is exactly why I was nervous about just Kenny Pickett being in the game. Because I believe, although Saquon Barkley, he had that 67-yard run to the crib with Kenny Pickett in, hear me out, y'all. Consistently, Saquon Barkley is more effective when he has Jalen Hurts in the backfield, when he has Jalen Hurts under center. Because in the defense's mind, there's always a threat of Jalen Hurts also running the ball. You had them RPOs. So you have to think about not only Saquon Barkley, you have to think of Jalen Hurts. Now, Saquon is so amazing that he can go for 70 yards to the crib or 65 yards to the crib. And on that touchdown he had on his second touchdown, it was he actually didn't even get touched. He didn't even get touched on that touchdown. But consistently, Hurts is showing this game is showing how valuable Jalen Hurts is to this offense. Now I gotta give big props to AJ Brown because AJ Brown showed that I'm a top 3 wide receiver in this league. And I will say that Jetta is number 1 just because of his quarterback play, and he's always been consistent. However, Jamar Chase and AJ Brown, that's a tie. That's a flat out tie. So I'm saying AJ Brown is top 3, but he's really top 2, and he's tied for 2 with Jamar Chase. That's what it is. Because Marshawn Lattimore can't hold his jockstrap, bro. Can't hold his jockstrap. Defensively, I'm going to talk about this more. There's several guys that we have to go ahead and give our props to. Several guys. Zach Bond for sure. Darius Slay. Jalen Carter. Nolan Smith. And CJ Gardner-Johnson. You were having a really good game too. But you got to keep your emotions in check, dog. And it's having situational IQ. Flag in the secondary. We're going to put a pigeonhole on CJ Gardner-Johnson real quick. CJ Gardner-Johnson has to have much better situational awareness. Why are you talking crazy and getting 2 personal fouls, disqualifying yourself out the game, and we're already down our starting quarterback? This ain't the time to talk crazy because we need all our guys on the freaking field, dog. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. For y'all on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, man. What's y'all thoughts? Before I get to this, I'm going to good stuff, Isaiah Rodgers. Good stuff to strive for Stride does. Hey, I'm going to cook you right here, bro. I'm going to cook you right here. There isn't a backup quarterback that is going to play like Jalen Hurts. It's not. It's not. Somebody said, damn it. I'm not looking at the comments no more. I'm not looking at the comments no more. Play on the sideline. Yeah. Y'all that's watching, need a video editor. Hey, if you want to go ahead and direct message me. All righty. Again, what did I say at halftime? I said I was extremely nervous of this offense without Jalen Hurts. And this would ultimately come down to the defense. And the commentator's about to piss me off. The commentator's about to piss me off. Let me get my hat real quick. The commentator's about to piss me off. He said, well, this is preposterous. The Commanders, they turned the ball over 4 times and they're still in the game. Yeah, you dumbass. Why you think? Maybe because the Eagles, the best team in the league that you was saying, is without their starting quarterback. Maybe that's why. But again, I've been defending Hurts week in, week out. It's been Eagles fans that been saying that he's not it. Put in Kenny Pickett. It's been Eagles fans saying anybody could do what Jalen Hurts does. Look here. We're about to see. We're about to see. And obviously, I want us to win. I want us to win. I really do want us to win. But part of me also is saying, you know what? Maybe this is what some Eagles fans deserve. Maybe this is what they deserve. So we can see just how valuable this man, Jalen Hurts, is. I'll be honest. Outside of Zach Bond's forced fumble, and he's been electric, he's been amazing, all pro caliber linebacker. And outside of AJ Brown just being Superman by showing that Marshawn Lattimore can't mess with him, whether that's catching the ball on him, whether that's drawing penalties. I mean, on that, it was like a 69-yard drive, and like 60 of those yards came from penalties. So outside of the Commanders hurting themselves with penalties and a Zach Bond forced fumble, the Eagles wouldn't have put up any points in this second half. And I'm looking at Saquon Barkley, like I said earlier, and we have to be honest and we have to be real about this and say, yes, Saquon Barkley is a generational talent, MVP candidate, one of the best running back in this league right now. And he's been everything and more for the Eagles. But let's not get it twisted. Jalen Hurts makes his job very, very easy. That's I wouldn't say very easy, but it makes it easier. Jalen Hurts makes his job easier because Hurts is another threat running the ball that the defense has to worry about. And if you don't think that gives Saquon the advantage when he's going up head to head against some of these teams, you're tripping. I can't take you serious. I can't. I can't. So look, we're in the pistol formation, 1st and 10. I would love in a perfect world for us to just get a touchdown right now. If not, run the clock out and kick a field goal. I keep going back to what we did against the Steelers when we had like 10 minutes left, and they kept showing Russell Wilson throwing the ball on the sideline whole time he never even touched the rock. So hopefully we have that same situation here. But this is going to show how resilient this Eagles team is. You're down Josh Sweat, CJ Gardner Johnson, disqualified himself. Jalen Hurts, your starting quarterback, he is concussed. You got Kenny Pickett in the game. Tanner McKee is also practicing on the sideline. So he might come if needed because I saw they wasn't too happy with what Kenny Pickett was doing on that last drive. And so we're seeing here's the message I believe Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni are saying for this offense. Lean on Saquon Barkley, run out the clock. They don't want the ball back to the Commanders. They don't. Now they're going to get the ball to A.J. Brown right here. What would y'all do? Would you go for 4th and 2 or would you kick it and a punt? This sounds crazy, but I agree with Nick Sirianni's move. If this doesn't work out, I'm not necessarily mad. It's football. And that was a look. I feel like in that position, seeing the way that your defense has been playing, now they haven't been terrible, but this hasn't been their best showing. It's weird because they have 4 takeaways. It's a weird game. It's a weird game. But I think also because the Eagles, when they've scored so quick, it's given more opportunities for the Commanders, right? Versus like against the Steelers, the defense. I mean, you heard Josh Sweat talking to AJ Brown. He said, "Dog, I didn't even get to rush the passer in the second half." So we're seeing just how valuable it is to run the ball consistently. Like we're looking at this game and we're gonna have over 150 plus rushing yards, 160 plus rushing yards, and it's gonna be a great game on the box score running the ball. But if you take away that 67-yard run from Saquon Barkley, you feel what I'm saying? You want more Yes! That's a pass by Kenny Pickett. That is behind Saquon Barkley. So Saquon Barkley had to turn around and make an adjustment. That was a great play. But I feel like you have to have a better pass than that. I'm just sorry, you have to. And it's being hypercritical. You an NFL quarterback, you got to make it. You can't force your running back to make wide receiver plays. Like Saquon can catch the rock. That Falcons game was an aberration. Like he can catch the rock. But you're asking a running back to run a route, turn around, catch the ball, secure that John moving backwards. That's a lot for a running back. Now for Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, that's a little bit different. Come on, Kenny. Now it's too high. It's like it's the little sucks. Bucks. This reminds me of the Garner. Oh, I'm gonna play this again. This game reminded me right now of the Garner Minshew game against the Cowboys, I believe. And we lost that, John. And it was live talk before that game that Minshew could do what Hurts does. Yes! Oh my God, AJ Brown is a freaking unreal, bro. AJ Brown's unreal. AJ Brown is unreal. AJ Brown is unreal. He's unreal. He's unreal. He's unreal. He's a superhero. They literally cannot stop him. He is. I stand by this statement. I stand by this statement. AJ Brown is having the best year of his career, not statistically, but in terms of his production when he's gotten the rock. This has been his best year. This man is top 9, top 8 in receiving yards with significantly less targets than everyone in top 10 receiving yards. He's making the most of all of his opportunities. Imagine if AJ Brown had the amount of targets that Amon-Ra St. Brown be having or CeeDee Lamb be having. He would have 1,800 yards. Lattimore in the injury tent. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes! I don't agree with the call. I do not agree with the call. It is BS. And if I was a Commanders fan, I would be pissed off because we have seen multiple times in the NFL quarterbacks slide late and that momentum from defenders pushes them through and they hit the guy. But I'm not mad at it right now. I'm not mad at it right now. But if I was a Commanders fan, if I was just a regular NFL fan, I would be like, that's kind of wild. But then again, Justin Fields did the same exact thing or very, very similar the game before. You tell him, bro, what? What was the fight? Yo, bro, y'all got me hyped for no reason. Y'all got me hyped for no reason. And I'm not looking at the comments because I gotta give you my live reaction to Jake Elliott making this field goal. It's a 50-yard attempt. He is 0-6 this season from 50 yards out. Jake Elliott, this is a game that we need you. We need you. We do. And ultimately, we're going to put the hands into our defense to get a stop, get a turnover. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. You clutch. You clutch. You clutch. Jake Elliott. Come on, baby. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. This is why I said I still believe in you. Now I'm gonna criticize you because you should have made that John earlier in the game too. But I'm happy that you made this one when it counted. So we're up now. It's gonna come down to this defense. Now let's look at. Oh man. Our defense guys snap, y'all. Our defense guys snap. It just finds me. It's just crazy to me that like we had 21 points in that first quarter, and we have 30 right now. So we were on pace to have 64 points. 64 points in this game. Nah, Jay Downs, he's the truth, bro. Bro, why is my streaming John bugging right now? Hold up. I'm put this joint on my phone. We not playing this. I'm putting this joint on my phone. We is not playing this today. Somebody just said Blankenship. Somebody just said Blankenship. Somebody just said Blankenship. Hold up. Bruh. Bro, my joint is not letting me load, bro. Somebody said Blankenship, bro. Somebody said Blankenship. What happened? What happened? Somebody said Blankenship. What happened? I can't see this. Bro, Streamies drawn right now. I'm mad as hell. Streamies is drawn right now, bro. Bro, Streamies is drawn right now. I can't even see this, John. Bro, I'm just gonna see the comments at this point. What happened? What happened? He saved us. Pick! Pick! Oh! Oh! We got the East Turkeys! Blankenship! 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 Hold up. I gotta see his pick, bro. I gotta see his pick, bro. Blankenship! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This defense, all right. This is the best defense in the league, y'all. This is the best defense in the league. This is the best defense in the league. And they came up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Best defense, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna need y'all to update me in these comments. No bet. I'm about to listen to this, John. Smitty! 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 Bro, Smitty, we had it! Smitty, come on, brother! Smitty, bruh! Ah! Thank you, Jake. But, bro, Smitty, bruh! Smitty! I'm on my phone now. I ain't messing with y'all. Bruh. Bruh. I don't want to say this, but it's real talk, and I have to say this. This game, somebody just said Coop. Somebody just said Coop. I just saw Coop. Bro, what happened? What happened? No, I'm doing this on Twitter, bro. Coop? Cooper DeJean? Cooper DeJean? Cooper DeJean? Cooper DeJean? Cooper DeJean? Cooper is Cooper DeJean? Bro, I could have sworn the Eagles tweeted like Coop. I'm salty as hell. I'm salty as hell. Yeah, I'm clipping that. I'm clipping that. I'm salty as hell. Nah, I'm salty as hell for that. Is it still commercial for y'all? Is it still commercial for y'all, bro? Let me know if it's still commercial for y'all. 100%. If we had, I ain't gonna lie, this game, if we lose, is going to remind me of the Falcons game where we could have sealed it with the catch. Saquon Barkley dropped that, John. Jake Elliott kicks a field goal. It's a 6-point game. And then the Falcons score the go-ahead touchdown. Now, we obviously do not want that to happen again. And I believe this defense has improved leaps and bounds. I think even saying leaps and bounds is an understatement. This defense is completely different than what it was against the Falcons. But we do have to note, you feel me, like this could be a repeat of what happened. And we got some penalties. We got some penalties and stuff. Hey, for y'all that's on Instagram, make your way to YouTube because I'm ending this on Instagram in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your ass on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Support the channel. We need that. All y'all 60 on Instagram, make your ass go to YouTube. Thank you very much. Support the squad. Thank you very much. For all y'all that's already on YouTube, I appreciate y'all. But yeah, if you are not on YouTube or Twitch, get on there. Show it a friend, show it a friend. All right, here we go. Now it's like I just wish that Jake made that John earlier. Just because it's like if he made that kick earlier, you're talking about a 10-point game. Come on, Quinyon. Come on, Quinyon. Come on, Quinyon. Come on, Quinyon. Quinyon, this your first touchdown you let up in week 16. Come on, yo. Jay and Daniels going Superman mode right now. No, Jay and Daniels is nice. Jay and Daniels is nice. They're approaching the red zone right now. Come on, y'all. That was short. That was short. That was short. That was short. For y'all that's watching, like, comment, subscribe, man. Show love to the channel, man. I'm nervous right here. I'm nervous right here, bro. I'm nervous right here. I'm nervous right here. Come on. Smitty. Devontae, bruh. Devontae. Man, bruh. Devontae, Smitty remind me of Tyrese Maxey. It's like, even when he does wrong, you don't want to like criticize him, but he draw bad, bro. He draw bad, bro. Jalen Carr is hilarious. The Commanders probably have like 2 plays left. That was a false start on them. Are you serious? Are you serious? Devontae freaking Smith, bro. So the Eagles have potentially lost 2 games out of their 3. 2 games out of their 3 where they had the game in the bag if they caught the freaking ball. Devontae Smith, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Like stuff like this, you simply cannot do, bro. You simply cannot do, bro. I'm sorry, you can't do this, bro. You cannot do this, bro. People trying to call me, bro. That's not happening, bro. It's not happening, bro. All this stuff, people trying to call me, bro. If you're calling me right now, bro, that's dead, bro. That's dead, bro. That's dead, bro. That's dead, bro. That's dead as shit, bro. That's so dead, bro. And I'm confused why. I'm confused why my freaking John like ain't letting me, bro. I'm not calling anybody right now. Like anybody, that's so dead, bro. It gets to a certain point, you're gonna have to talk about what is Vic Fangio's defense at the end of these games. I called the false start. I called the false start, bro. I called that, John. The refs are freaking wild, bro. I called the false start. I called the false start. That was a false start, bro. I don't care what nobody. That was a false start, bro. Oh my God, Devontae Smith, dog. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts. The Commanders. what a long week is going to be. 100%. There's so many ways I'm about to go right here. There's so many ways I'm about to go right here. I don't understand how the Eagles lost a game and they won the turnover battle by 4 turnovers. Kenny Pickett had 1 interception compared to the Commanders had 3 lost fumbles. 3. Brian Robinson Jr. and Diami Brown and Jaden Daniels had 2 picks. Now, I thought that when Reed Blankenship picked him off, that was game over. That's what I thought. I was wrong. Was Kenny Pickett perfect back on offense? Was Kenny Pickett perfect? No, he was not. But Kenny Pickett did enough. Kenny Pickett did enough to win that game. He did. This is a loss that it hurts right now. It hurts right now just because of how well we started off. And then when Jalen Hurts left the game, it was a different offense. It was a very, very different offense. Yes, Saquon Barkley went almost 70 yards to the crib with Kenny Pickett handing him the ball. But let's not be foolish. And let's not act like Jalen Hurts being out of the game didn't help the Commanders guard Saquon Barkley. The Eagles were in a situation where they were actually scoring too quick. I'm dead ass serious. The Eagles were in a situation in that first half where they were scoring too quick. But when I really think about this, when I really truly think about this, and I'm looking at what has happened in that fourth quarter, this defense gave up 22 points in that fourth quarter. 22 points. 22 points. 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. It's so many ways I want to go right now. Let's just get the elephant out the room quick. Devontae Smith, you can't do that. You simply can't do that. We're down Jalen Hurts. Kenny Pickett gives you the ball right in your breadbasket. You got to catch that, John. You know that. You're probably the biggest critic of yourself. I know your teammates are going to uplift you, and Sirianni is going to say, well, the game didn't come down to that play, but it did. It did. Just like how against the Falcons, when Saquon Barkley dropped that pass, it came down to that play. Like, let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a bean. If Devontae Smith makes that catch, do the Eagles win the game? They do. Let's be honest. If Saquon Barkley makes that catch against the Falcons, do the Eagles win the game? They do. So we're a team that is 12-3. I believe the Eagles will be 14-3. But here's what happened. 2 of those 3 losses came to unspeakable errors by 2 of your top 4 most talented players on offense. That's a hard pill to swallow. It is. Now, look, we like Smitty. I'm from Philly. I know how Philly likes Smitty, bro. Not like Smitty. We love Devontae Smith. We do. And I've said this before, but I feel like our admiration and our love for Devontae Smith is a lot like Tyrese Maxey. Because there are games when Tyrese Maxey isn't that good, but he doesn't get criticism because he's so beloved in the city. We are facing that situation with Devontae Smith. Now, he's going to get some criticism. Best believe he's going to get some criticism. And this will probably be the first time in his career in Philly where the whole spotlight is on him and it's pointing out to one play that he did not make. So it's going to be a lot on him to be like, all right, like, I'm going to right these wrongs, just like Saquon Barkley wrote those wrongs. Well, wrote that wrong in that Falcons game. We saw since that Falcons game, he was the MVP the league. What, top 3? Like, come on. So that's what that is there. Am I disappointed in Devontae Smith? I am very disappointed in Devontae Smith. And as somebody who literally bet on the Eagles to win this, John, I'm pretty sick. And for just an Eagles fan that I saw 2 losses this season. Now, the Buccaneers, they won fair and square. I mean, all these teams won fair and square. But I feel like the Buccaneers game was the only game the Eagles lost where it was like the team beat them. Against the Falcons, the Eagles lost that, John, more than the Falcons won it. And in this game, the Eagles lost this more than the Commanders won it. If we're being honest, when Reed Blankenship got that pick, all of us watching right now thought, oh yeah, the Eagles going to win this, John. It's wraps. And if you throw Devontae Smith that ball 10 times, he's going to catch that, John, 10 times. I'm not even going to say 9 out of 10. 10 times. Out of 1,000, 999 times out of 1,000, he's going to catch that ball. And it's not going to be popular. And I'm trying to refrain myself from really getting like very, very mad at Smitty because he has helped us a lot. But that's something that you cannot make And Devontae Smith, you need, you need, you need to be able to redeem yourself. All right. Yeah, so it's like why like losses like this is just bad, bro. All right. Let's talk about other guys because although Devontae Smith lost the game, there are other culprits. Um, CJ Garner Johnson. You have followed Real Talk. Y'all know how I feel about CJ. I feel like he has been a leader on this defense. And throughout this season, we have seen him get better and better and better. He told me, he said, hey, bro, like, I'm getting my feet under me. Last year, I barely played. But he was still able to take some criticism when I gave it to him after that Buccaneers game. So I really respect CJ because a lot of guys, they don't take criticism well. CJ Garner Johnson disappointed me because you can't get disqualified. And I know that he had that pick, and that was a great interception, and that was a great play. And he has made phenomenal plays throughout this season. But you have to have better situational awareness and situational IQ to know we're down our starting quarterback. We need all hands on deck. We need all hands on deck. We need me out here. So I know it's probably some Commanders players that's talking crazy, talking out their neck, etc., all that stuff. That's what their job is to do. I bet in the scouting report is saying get CJ out of character. Get him to draw a penalty. Whether it's unnecessary roughness or personal foul, whatever it is, get him out of character. And the Commanders won. So I think CJ before that, those two personal fouls, he had a damn good game. I think on that Crowder TD, that was on him. But on the first one, but it's just like you can't get disqualified, cuz you can't. You can't. Who else? Quinyon Mitchell. He didn't have a really good showing today. Probably his worst game of the year. Scary Terry showed up. And look, you gotta just tip your cap, salute him, and say, yeah, Quinyon got the better of you. He did in that first matchup. Obviously, Scary Terry saw that. He saw the film. He corrected his mistakes. And he was a man on a mission today. And that touchdown on Quinyon, I mean, that was a thing of beauty. That was a thing of beauty. The throw, the catch was a thing of beauty. Jake Elliott. Let's talk about this real quick. Man, this just pissed me off. This just pissed me off. This pissed me off. And I know a lot of y'all be wanting to see Miles get mad and stuff and be irate. Y'all gonna see that this week. Y'all gonna see that. Y'all are definitely gonna see that. Jake Elliott. I'm gonna say it again, dog. Yes, you were 4 for 5. We need you without our starting quarterback to go 5 for 5. I'm sorry. That's you're paid that, especially in those circumstances, you got to go 5 for 5. You have to. We're in a situation where we haven't scored a touchdown since the first quarter. So yes, I'm putting some blame on you for not hitting that 56-yard field goal, because there was a standard that Jake Elliott has set to where that used to be automatic. It was. Now, he did kick 4 field goals, and he got that 50-yard field goal to put us up. What was it, 1 or 2 right there? But like, it's just not enough. We need you to go 5 for 5. We simply do. We simply do. So from Devontae Smith, from Jake Elliott, from CJ Garner-Johnson, that's the game. I think the Commanders were excellent on special teams. Luke McCaffrey had 6 returns for 184 yards. His longest was 47-yard return. It's the little stuff like that. That's like, you know what? When you're in a very, very close ball game, that shows you, hey, that could be the difference. Now the defense is at a short yard situation. They got a short half. It's way different. Now, let me say a message to these Eagles fans. Eagles fans, PSA. There's going to be a lot of Commanders fans that are going to troll us. Media is going to troll us. And they're going to be like, what happened? You was up 21-7. Yada, yada, yada. Devontae Smith this, Devontae Smith that. CJ Garner-Johnson. We all know what would have happened if Jalen Hurts was in the game. We all know what would have happened if Jalen Hurts was in the game, because it wouldn't even have been close. And I stand by that. Because Saquon Barkley, he had 150 rushing yards. I believe with Jalen Hurts, he has 200. He has 200. 100%. You got to think, right? Since that first quarter, Saquon Barkley had over 100 yards rushing in the first quarter. He finished with 150. So if you take away that explosive run, and he was also cooking on that first drive where he ended up punching that in for that 1-yard touchdown, he had like 37 yards. So if you take away that explosive run and those 37 yards, he didn't really do much. Like, and what I'm trying to say, y'all, is like, yes, Saquon Barkley finished with 150 rushing yards, but it wasn't the same that we have seen in the past. And I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. Against the Commanders the first time, Saquon Barkley had 146 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Wouldn't you say, though, that that game he was way more impactful than this game? Because it was more spread out. It was way more spread out. Versus in this game, in that first quarter, that's basically 80% of his yards is in the first quarter. So that was a huge thing. I really believe, and some of y'all gonna call me your Glaze and Hurts and all this stuff, but I truly believe that Jalen Hurts being the quarterback frees up space for Saquon Barkley to be great. Because throughout the game, you're not really worried about Jalen Hurts strictly from the pocket. You're worried about him getting out the pocket and also running. That's why the RPOs are so effective. We saw the RPOs not be as effective when Kenny Pickett got in the game because he's a pure pocket passer. I mean, he had a couple of runs, but you know that he's going to pass the rock. And he was staring down AJ Brown the whole entire time. And he was staring down Devontae Smith. Now, I'm not gonna hold too much towards Kenny Pickett because he did enough to win that game. But two things can be true. Kenny Pickett did enough to win that game, and Devontae Smith sold the game, but also the Eagles drastically missed Jalen Hurts. And if you can't see that with your own 2 eyes, if you can't see that as an NFL fan, as an Eagles fan, of how dynamic this team is with Jalen Hurts, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. And this game reminded me a whole lot like that Garner Minshew game. And I'll say it again. Remember that Garner Minshew game when Hurts was out and Minshew played the Cowboys and we saw an offense. Now, yes, this offense put up points, talking about against the Commanders. But we saw Garner Minshew orchestrate this offense and it just didn't look the same. So all that talk about, well, anybody could do that in this system. Well, I could throw the ball to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith all day. That narrative should be debunked. It really should. It really should. Because the value that Jalen Hurts brings, a lot of it is outside of just the stat sheet as well. Because his play allows his other guys to get open. A la Saquon Barkley. That's what I'm talking about. But again, like, big picture, I'm not worried. Big picture is like, you got the Cowboys, you got the Giants. So big picture, I'm not as upset because I still believe the Eagles will finish 14-3. Now, what we have to watch is Hurts and his concussion and how long that will sideline him. But ultimately, like, this team will lock up that number 2 seed. I do believe that. That 1 seed's out the question now. That's done. That's done. That 1 seed's done. It's over. We're going to have to go to a team like the Vikings or the Lions in the NFC Championship, or maybe they get knocked out early, but most likely we're going to have to go on the road in an NFC Championship. I'm not that worried. I would have loved to have that number one seed to get that bye, just like we had in 2022. But this goes to show you how valuable Jalen Hurts is, yo. And I've been saying this. And I do not believe this game would have been close if Hurts played the entire game. I firmly believe that. And a big reason as well is because of Hurts' ability to run the ball, we're also able to hold the ball and waste the clock. We saw against the Steelers, whether it was Hurts running, whether it was Saquon running, whether it was passes to AJ or Devontae, whatever the case was, the Eagles shaved off 10 minutes, and you had Russell Wilson on the sideline thinking that he was going to go ahead and come back in the game, and he never touched the rock. So I think Hurts is a valuable piece in time of possession. That's why when guys put up gaudy numbers passing the ball, like Joe Burrow, that's cool. That's cool for the highlight factory. But let's also be honest and say a winning formula is running the ball. It's running the ball through your running back and also, I believe, through your quarterback. Because that time of possession is everything. It's everything. I would love to see the time of possession in this game. Because that's the way that the Eagles can really win a lot of these games, y'all. It's how they can. I'm sad too, bro. Only thing this game showed us how important Hurts is. The media will take a big thing out of this loss, but let's stay calm. For sure. For sure. Keep them questions rolling in. If I could rank what I'm most mad at, number one is Devontae Smith. Number two is CJ Gardner-Johnson for getting disqualified. Number three is Jake Elliott. Those are top three. I don't see a situation, and I can't fathom that this Eagles defense forced 5 takeaways. 5 takeaways. We won the turnover battle by 4 turnovers. Only Pickett got an interception. That was it. And we lost the game. And we had more first quarter points than we've had all season long combined. Well, I take that back. Prior to this game, we scored 27 points all season long in the first quarter. This game, we scored 21 points in the first quarter. So we literally almost surpassed our total first quarter points of the whole entire year in this game alone. A.J. Brown goes off. Saquon Barkley goes off. Ultimately, it comes down to the details. It comes down to special teams. You can't have Luke McCaffrey giving his offense a shorter field because this man has 6 returns for over 180 yards. That might seem small, but that helped out that offense a bunch. Quinyon Mitchell did not have his good game. He had a bad game. Let's call it what it is. Quinyon Mitchell did not have a good game today. It did not happen. Kenny Pickett is a backup quarterback for a reason. He is staring down A.J. Brown. And if it wasn't for A.J. Brown being Batman, being Superman, being whatever superhero you want to call it, the Eagles wouldn't even have had field goals. I mean, we had a drive, a 69 play drive, that like 60 of the yards was penalties because A.J. Brown was torturing Marshawn Lattimore, a guy that I was told was going to lock him up. Now, maybe one of those PIs shouldn't have been called, but all them other Johns, they were deserved. And you could have potentially called one of A.J. Brown in the end zone. Now, that could have been a PI on Lattimore, too. But I just can't stress enough how much we miss Jalen Hurts in this offense, y'all. I can't stress it enough. Because outside of Saquon Barkley going ballistic and having a 67-yard run to the crib and A.J. Brown playing like Batman, the Eagles would have generated no offense. They wouldn't have. This is not saying that Kenny Pickett played bad. I feel like Kenny Pickett played okay. And Kenny Pickett did the job needed to win the game. But when you're in a situation where your backup quarterback is in, you can't have players being disqualified. You can't have your star wide receiver dropping easy passes for him. For him. You can't have that stuff. You simply can't. The margin of error is so small when you have a backup quarterback. Jalen Hurts. Don't get me pissed off. Do not piss me off today. Why Washington fans gassing a win versus the back? I got too much faith in Jalen. Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, they're a poverty franchise. We gotta look at this, bro. The Commanders are a poverty franchise, y'all. So Eagles fans, just be aware that they're gonna be poverty fans from a poverty franchise that finally got a win against a playoff team this year against its backup quarterback. So you know what? Let them have this week. Let them have this week. It's cool. It's cool. Y'all barely beat a backup quarterback. Jaden Daniels had what? 2 turnovers. He played well when he was needed to. But let's not act like this was a great win from the Commanders, bro. You beat a backup quarterback. So congratulations. Your first win against a playoff team came against a backup quarterback. Pat yourself on the back. Do that. Do it. I'll do it for you. Because y'all not nothing, dog. Y'all not nothing. Jane Daniels, he is the truth. He's a rookie. He will learn from this because there was some mistakes. That interception to Reed Blankenship, that interception to CJ Garner-Johnson were very bad. Well, I think I don't know about the Reed one, but CJ John, that was very bad. That was bad. But that's what it is there. Zach Bond had a phenomenal game. Unfortunately, his game kind of is swept under the rug because of this loss. I think Slay had a phenomenal game. Obviously, Blankenship, Tristan McCullum. I mean, he just be showing how valuable CJ Garner Johnson is. CJ Garner Johnson, you can't be emotional, bruh. Another positive is that Nolan Smith is really, really turning up. And from the start, that incompletion was because of a Nolan Smith pressure. I mean, he has been on another level since the bye week, and he should get his flowers. He had 2 fumble recoveries, 2. He was everywhere today. Jalen Carr does what he does. That personal foul penalty, I don't feel like that was really a penalty, but it is what it is. Josh Sweat was out. But yeah, bro. Literally, the Commanders won this game off of 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns. They didn't kick no field goals. That's the game. That's the game. So, yes, the Commanders lost the turnover battle. They lost it by 4. Technically by 3, but I'm not going to count Avante Maddox fumble at the end. That was, you know what that was. But the tail of the game, here's what happened, bro. The Commanders scored touchdowns. And in the second half, well, really after that first quarter, the Eagles did not score a touchdown. That's the game. That's the game. At the end of that first quarter, the Eagles had 21 points. They ended with 33. That's the game. Don't get me wrong. I believe we lost the game because of Devontae Smith not catching the ball. And it really stings because you don't want to have games like that. You don't want to have games as a fan. You don't want to have games where it's like the game is won. The defense did enough to get you the W, just like the Falcons game. But the offense doesn't seal the deal. It puts the defense in a situation where they're out there. But I think the defense was on some stuff like, bruh, we got to come out here again. We just did our job. And they're not going to say that. But it's human nature to be like, bruh. You feel me? So that's what that is there. That's what that is there, bruh. I'll have another post-game reaction after this. Lions, Eagles. Hurts in Detroit in the playoffs. Who wins? The Eagles win. The Eagles win for sure. I don't think. And again, I want to see like the time of possession in this game. But it really goes to show you like when Hurts is in the game, he is so valuable in draining the clock because of his ability to run the ball, and his running ability frees up space for Saquon Barkley to be great. I will argue this. I would rather have an 8 to 10 play drive that shaves off 7 to 10 minutes than a 70-yard run to the crib. I would rather have that, y'all. I would rather have that. Because I just feel like the Eagles scored too quickly in that first quarter. And it's cool to score quickly, but you need to also be able to shave off the clock later in the game. That's what they tried to do. They gave Saquon Barkley 29 carries. 29 carries. 29 carries. So I'm about to do some math real quick. Now, look, I was in journalism my whole entire life, but let's do some math, right? And this goes to prove what I was trying to say. So Let's just eliminate that 67-yard or a 68-yard run from Saquon Barkley, right? So Saquon Barkley finished the game with 150 rushing yards. So let's subtract 150 from 68 from 150. So 150 minus 68 is 82. So Saquon Barkley finished the game with 29 carries, right? 29 carries. Let's subtract one carry from that 168 long touchdown. So it is 82 divided by 28. Stay with me, y'all. Saquon Barkley finished the game with 29 carries. You subtract one carry off that second touchdown run, and you subtract that 68 yards from that touchdown run. So you're at 82 yards on 28 carries. That's 2.9 yards a carry. That's 2.9 yards a carry. So what I'm really trying to say is I would rather have Saquon have a $120, but it be more distributed throughout the game. But this goes to show you, if you eliminate that 68-yard run from Saquon Barkley, he ran the ball at 2.9 yards a carry. I firmly believe with Jalen Hurts, he's not doing that. He's not doing that. And that second touchdown run, you'll say, well, he got that second touchdown with Kenny Pickett. He wasn't touched. That's a little bit different. He wasn't touched. That was more about the offensive line, that run scheme. That was more on that, and just Saquon Barkley just being on another level. He's a great player. He's going to do his regardless of who's under center. But just stay with me. Do y'all feel what I'm saying, bro? Do y'all feel what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments. But this is how I'm feeling. It's like we want Saquon Barkley. Now, it would be better if he did that in the fourth quarter. That would have been better. That would have been better. But having all them yards in the first quarter, that's not, that's not the recipe for success for the Eagles. We have lived off Saquon Barkley going crazy in the second half and being that closer, which he's always been. Man, this is a tough loss, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I will have an episode coming out right after this as a post-game analysis. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out.